guys, I'm Dan Maws with the Maws Group Real Estate Team. We're a local team out of Washington Township, New Jersey, in the Gloucester County area. Today what we're going to be talking about is script practice, which is one of the most important things that a real estate agent can do, and how to leverage ChatGPT and AI to help you with this. If you think about it, sports players are practicing how many hours a week, a day, a month, a year, even on game days, right? And we real estate professionals, we're practicing on our clients. We're taking 5 minutes to try and learn something. This is something that you need to be doing every day. It is critical. It is one of the most critical things that an agent can do to get the most skills in their tool belt. So when it comes to scripting and when it comes to dialogue, you need to understand the framework before you can really learn the script. Understanding the framework of what a script is leading you to get, which is, the end result of, getting an appointment or getting him to sign the contract or, whatever it might be. If you can understand the framework of how to get there, you're going to understand the right questions to ask in order to get the seller or the buyer to do the thing that you think is in their best interest to do. Memorizing, which really honestly isn't memorizing, it's internalizing it, because scripts are interchangeable. What you can say to a seller, you can say to a buyer, but you can say to an expired listing, you can say to a database person. It doesn't matter what the question is. When you internalize it, you can use that framework to be able to then transform that question in any way, shape, or form that you need to. So let's take ChatGPT for a ride real quick. So what I did, I plugged in, what are the most common consumer objections in real estate? And it pumped out 12 things that it comes up with here. So first is pricing and value. So what's one? Your commission's too high. Second, another agent said they could get me more money for my house. Third, I want to overprice my home and see what happens. Now you can take each objection and go deeper with it to see what the response and a rebuttal might be, and then internalize that and make it your own, so that when you're talking to your consumer, you're talking to your seller, your buyer, you can feel confident and strong about it because you've worked on it and you've made it your own by practicing it so much. All right, so I'm going to pick one, which is going to be about your commission being too high, and ask ChatGPT what a response would be in a real estate conversation to this. So ChatGPT broke this down into 3 different types of responses. One is value-based response. Second is comparison response. And third is flip the script response. So I haven't seen these yet, but I'm looking at them now. And if a seller says to you that your commission is too high, a value-based response might be something like this. I completely understand why you'd ask that. Most people do. The important thing isn't the fee itself. It's what you actually walk away with at closing. My job is to help you net the most money possible by marketing aggressively, negotiating strongly, and protecting you from costly mistakes. If I can put more money in your pocket than an agent who charges less, would the commission still feel too high? So after reading through this script, this is really similar to something I've said and I use in my own toolbox. I mean, I have very frequently asked somebody to say, I certainly understand what your concern is. Let me ask you, what's more important, what you pay or how much you net? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's about their profit, right? It's about what they're putting in their pocket. And if you can show them the value that you bring to the table to help them get more money, a faster sale with the fewest problems possible, then that's all that matters. Doesn't matter if they're paying 10%, 20%, or 3, 4, 5%, right? It just matters that they're seeing that value in what you bring to the table. And a lot of times what we often do is we sell our values short because we don't know how to articulate that to someone. The second category that ChatGPT brought up is the comparison response. So the agent might say something like this: I hear you. Some agents do charge less, but usually it means they also do less. Think of it like hiring a contractor. You wouldn't pick the cheapest person to build your home. You'd pick the one who ensures it's done right. With real estate, saving 1% on commission can cost you 5 to 10% on your sale price if your home isn't marketed or negotiated properly. Would you be open to me showing you how I consistently help my clients sell for above market average? Again, you're trying to show your value is greater than the next agent, right? So what you do and what your results are, this is where you can insert your results. Talk about the results you get for your clients and how that it will impact them. And your strategy in pricing will help them put more money in their pocket. And then lastly, flip the script. So an agent might say, I appreciate you being direct about that. Let me ask you, are you more focused on paying the lowest commission or on walking away with the most money possible at closing? This goes right back to my script of what's more important to you, what you pay or how much you net. Ultimately, that's what matters most to a seller in most scenarios. I'm not going to say all, but in most scenarios, that's what matters most. So now that we know that we can use ChatGPT to get some scripts under our tool belt here, into our tool belt, now what we can do is we can actually role play with ChatGPT. So I typed in role play a seller conversation about pricing too high with me. So the seller, ChatGPT, says, well, Dan, I know you're saying the comps are around 525, but I think we should list at 575. The house down the street got close to that. And honestly, I don't want to leave any money on the table. So ChatGPT is asking me how I would respond as the agent. So I'm turning my microphone on. I completely understand your concern and wanting to not leave anything on the table. However, if we look at that other home, they priced it lower and the buyer activity was so strong that it created a competitive situation where buyers were forced to put their best offer on the table. By pricing the property appropriately and closer to where the 525 is, my goal is for that exact thing to happen with you. Can you see how you would benefit by creating more competition that will result in more showings and potentially better offers? After ChatGPT had a second here to dissect that information, it says, hey, that's a great response. You leaned into their fear of leaving money on the table and reframed it as the best way to get top dollar is by pricing attractively and letting the market push it up. That's exactly how skilled agents handle it. So if we keep on role playing, I might get another objection. So the seller might say, I get what you're saying, but I'm just worried that if we list too low, someone's going to swoop in and try to steal the house before others even get a chance to see it. I really don't want to risk selling it for less than it's worth. So let's take a shot at going back and responding at this one. I know exactly what you're saying, and I've talked to many sellers about this in the past. Price is a strategy. It's a marketing strategy. It's your number one marketing tool to get people through the door, in addition to getting your home ready for sale. When we expose your home to buyers, that price is one of the first things that they are looking at. Therefore, by pricing it too high, you may limit the amount of buyers that are coming through your door. By pricing it a little bit more conservatively, you may gain more traction, get more showings, and ultimately better offers, which will lead to the market driving the price up. I assure you that you will not leave money on the table if you take the strategy that we provide you with and utilize that in listing your home. So ChatGPT is dissecting this again, and it's saying that that's strong and it's validating their concern, then reframing the price as a marketing tool and putting the focus back on results, not list price. So if they were to continue it, then they might come back and say, okay, I hear you, but what if we just try it for a number of weeks, which is very common for someone to do. If it doesn't work, then we can drop it down later. That way, we at least know we won't miss out on a higher offer. So let's rebuttal this. I know that you want to give it a shot. However, you have to remember that your first several weeks on the market are the most critical when you're listing your home. Like anything, when it's put up for sale, you should see the best results in the quickest amount of time. So that first 2 to 3 weeks is very critical. If we go higher, you're going to sit on the market a little bit longer, which in turn, buyers may think, hey, why is this property sitting when other properties in the area are selling quicker? So what they might think is there's something wrong with your property. Therefore, they might avoid coming to look at it, or they might try and lowball you. Let's do the right thing and let's price it right today so that we can get your home sold and get you on to your next move. And here we have it. ChatGPT is saying that I nailed it. So that's exactly the kind of firm but empathetic close a seller needs to hear. Number one, I validated their idea. I know you want to give it a shot. Number two, I educated them about the market psychology, with the first 2 to 3 weeks being critical, and then buyers will start to assume what's wrong with it. Third, I painted a consequence of overpricing. Sitting too long equals lowball offers. And fourth, I redirected back to their goal, getting them sold and moving forward. Utilize this tool, work with it, internalize it. You don't need to go pick up the phone and call someone anymore. You can use this tool to literally have a role play conversation that you're facing trouble with your client. Whether it's about signing a contract, whether it's about meeting with you, whether it's about dropping their price, pricing it right, commission, you name it, you can put it in here and actually role play with this system and better your skills so you can close more deals and earn more money.